off. They don't have to do anything because their father, their mother, whoever they are heirs to that throne of, have taken care of them where they don't have to worry about a thing. So I want to encourage you guys today as we are descendants of royalty, because we are a royal priesthood. And as we walk as a holy nation, I should have played that song by Michael Stanley, said, holiness, holiness. Holiness is what I long for, right? That's what we aspire to do, walk in holiness. And so we need other people who know who they are, to rub shoulders with, to help us to remember who we are in those times where we feel less than. There are times when we stumble, y'all. And that's okay, because God has already told us we're going to do it. The Bible already let us know we are going to stumble, we're going to fumble, and we're going to fall. But guess what? As that old Donnie McKirkland song says, we fall down, but we do what? We get back up. Why? Because we are the King's kids, guys. We are the King's kids. That means that no matter what happens, it doesn't take us out of alignment of who we are. We are still descendants of royalty if we mess up. Guess what? Royalty messes up. Royalty messes up all the time, right? We've seen it. We've seen the royal family and the British royal family, for instance. You know what I mean? We've seen them mess up over and over again. But guess what? When the queen walked into the room, what still happened? People still knew who she was, and they knew their place in regards to her, right? There was a respect. There was a reverence that was still given because she was who she is still, and continues to be, even in her no longer being here on earth and all of that. She still is and has been the queen. Now her reigning son. You know what I mean? They are who they are. When royalty walks in the room, there's a charge that comes with that, right? You want to act a certain way, right? You want to remember to reverence royalty. And I'm not saying that so that you can be in a position, or we can be in the position, I'll say, to think that we're higher than we are. But I don't want us to think that we're less than we are. I want us to continually remember that we are royalty. We are royalty. We are royalty. We are royalty. I can't say that enough, y'all. So when we walk into a door, when we walk into a place, y'all, we should be helping to transform the atmosphere. If the atmosphere was dull before, guess what? We just walked in the room. It's time to be on fire. It's time for us to step into the room and season that room with our fire, season that room with our joy, season that room with our ability to be peacemakers as God has called us to be. All right? Let's be the ones who season that room with the love of God. And as we do that, as we continue to walk in love, because that's really what it's about. As we continue to walk in love, walk in unity with other people. Oh, how excellent. Oh, how wonderful it is if brothers could walk together in unity. So as we walk together in unity, we show that love, because really royalty loves their kingdom, right? They have to. They'll sometimes bend and do whatever they can. Sometimes they bend rules, do all type of stuff that they probably shouldn't do, but they do it because of the love that they have for their kingdom, or sometimes the love of their status. So let's not get that twisted. Our royalty is not because we're holding a status, and then we're supposed to think of ourselves as a certain thing that's higher than we ought, right? Because the Bible tells us not to do that. We're not to think of ourselves higher than we ought to think of ourselves, right? But at the same time, that royalty should mean, okay, there are certain things that I won't do because I know that it's going to affect my legacy, my inheritance is going to affect the things that I've been called to do, right? The stature that I'm walking in is going, we want to be careful not to offend our daddy, our Father God. We don't want to offend him. We don't want to disappoint him. We don't want to make him look bad. That's really what it's about. We don't want to make him look bad. We want to make sure that the King of Kings is continually recognized as the King of Kings because of what we're doing to help him to run the kingdom. That's what we're called to do. We're running the kingdom, y'all. So let's let's take over the kingdom. Come on, y'all. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's take over and do what God has called us to do. Let us not find ourselves in a position where we're thinking of ourselves as minuscule individuals, but let us continue to remember that God has called us to be daughters of a heavenly king, sons of a heavenly king, and we're to walk in that royalty. I hope you guys were encouraged by that. I hope this encourages you, because it encourages me. Every time I think about that, if you can get that Tasha Cobb song up, Royalty, we may play a little bit of that in a little bit, because I think it's important. In that song, she says it. She says it so clearly. Sometimes we need him to help us to see who you've called us to be. Help us to see who we are. Help us to remember who we are, that we are King's kids. Okay, we are. That's who we called to be. All right, guys, I'm going to give you guys a few announcements. One of them is very important to my brother. My brother is doing his thing, y'all. I'm so proud of him. Continually, congratulations to him on his new position. We know promotion comes from God, right? Promotion comes from God. So you guys know and understand that my brother is a person who creates verses, y'all. So Verses and Vibes, spoken word and comedy show is happening on Saturday, November the 15th. And it's happening at the Lansing Performing Arts